Well, during this partial and during this whole semester, I've learned that migration is a really important part of the economy and the politics of the US and the entire world, basically. I learned that immigrants are not bad people, and I learned that most of the times the US abuses of them.
I have learned that immigrants work hard to surpass their situation that they live in their home nation. They try so hard to get to the US and get a good job and a better life.
Well, I learned that the reasons for why the immigrants have to move to another country are like job and wars, violence, even because they have to refugee because they are being chased. Also, some myths that the other citizens think about them.
Well, may I point out that I think that even though US abuses of immigrants, they have a point. And they have a point because they, as a country, have a lot of consequences when people enter their country illegally. For example, overpopulation is a big problem, and the lack of paying taxes, that also causes problems, and the immigrants sometimes abuse of their healthcare and the services they provide.
Well, I partially agree with your thinking. It's like maybe the receiving country have a lot of issues with them, but they're not giving any viable solution. They're just pointing the problem and they say, okay, if they are here, we have to, I don't know, we have to move them back to their original country. They don't care about them, not even because they are persons, you know.
I agree with you. I think that most of the information that the media provide is manipulated, so they just take the immigrants out of the country without main reasons.
That's also a good point. All of the media is like only only repeating what politicians say or a person with a lot of money thinks. They say that Trump said this, immigrants are bad, and they have that idea, and the other citizens think the same. They are not saying like, I don't know, the problems of the immigrant country, if you want to say it like that. They also have a lot of issues. They only say what it's okay to them, but they don't say all the problems they have in.
Well, I would like to suggest to think of what the country from where people are living is happening. You know, like what is this country living through? So many people are leaving the country, you know? And I think it is important to clarify that Mexico does not say a lot of things to Mexicans about the immigrants. For example, they sometimes don't tell that around 1,000 families are separated every day because of immigration. And we as Mexicans, the government doesn't say as much as they should have. So I think it is important to consider that Mexico is not only losing people, it's losing people willing to take a job and healthy people that will bring Mexico to a better future.
Let me add to what we have been discussing. The point is say that we're losing people that might be workers. There's also a problem that in Spanish is meant like fuga de cerebros. That's the thing like a lot of people with a lot of great ideas are leaving the country because they think that here in Mexico they can't succeed. They're just like, if I make this invention, it's going to be for the US or for United Kingdom because they don't trust in our own government, in our technological advances.
I, I would point out that they also in the case of Mexico there are a lot of push factors that 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 make people go to the U.S. and also they are a lot of pull actions that the U.S. provides to the immigrants, like we already said, that they gave the immigrants better opportunities than Mexico does.
Well, in your point of view, you're saying that US is giving a lot of things of why they could think about moving today. But what do you think about if US gives economical support to Mexico in a way that we can we can improve in our technological issues or even in the economic way, so they don't have to deal with the immigrants who are living there who are leaving our country to find a better job opportunities, you know?
Well, I agree with you. I think that's what U.S. and the pull factor countries should do. They should help the countries that are in development, so the people don't have to leave these countries. Because if good people leave the development country, the country will never develop. So it's like a vicious circle. And I think the only way to break it is throughout economic support from richer countries to poor countries.
I know, it's like a great idea. Really be, they could really have a lot of good things from that. Like they could make an agreement so the both countries could benefit about the work that immigrants do, like they both get economic benefits, technological benefits, even social benefits. So
Well, in conclusion, immigration is a big issue, and we have to think of a solution right now.
Yeah, thank you.